Hello, everyone. Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and we are here for Maverick Mondays that may turn into Maverick Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in this crazy time. We're going to be talking about the number one technique for survival in these times. Number one technique for survival in these times. First of all, I want to welcome all of you. And for most of you, you have seen some posts and some information about what's been going on in my life. So not only the craziness that you're experiencing in your world, I've also had some adjustments and changes in my world as I've been taking care of my wife, who has had some major challenges health-wise, and we found cancer and a tumor and a whole lot of misdiagnoses to then lead us to find and really research and search out the right people to help us, found them and created success. But man, it was a journey. And so I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what's going on in this environment that we're in now that is just insane. And I know many of you agree with me. However, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just insane. And so it's a time that we really need to pay attention to how to survive. And I'm not one to use that term. And I'm going to talk more and more about that in just a moment. Just welcome everyone. And I've been kind of taking a back seat, been kind of stepping away from a lot of things over the last couple of weeks because I've been focused on my wife and focused on our family and my children and what's been going on with us. We've been through a whirlwind, and it's great to be here and to see all of you and to be able to share some really phenomenal news about what's been going on. In this great time to have great news is key. And just to realize this is the Maverick community, and in the Maverick community, there's love and affection and just tons of support. And we also are here to focus on our future, focus on where we're going, what we can do, and how we can create the life of our dreams. That's what this community is all about. And so we are going to be talking about that. And that means even now, even in the craziness, even when life gives you a bunch of curveballs, how do you show up? And show up with abundance, with the right mindset, with the greatness within your heart and soul. How do you do that even when there's a whole lot of stuff hitting you? And in this day and age, that's what survival's all about, is knowing how to keep your head about you when others are losing theirs. And we see that everywhere. How do you really stay on task and stay committed to where you're going and what you're doing? Number one, survival technique, I'm going to get to in just a moment. But let me catch you up on what's been going on in my life. And you've seen the post and you've read it, and my wife has had some challenges breathing, coughing, ongoing for months now. And with all that, she thought, she went to the doctors, and the doctors said it was asthma. Then they said it was bronchitis. Then they said, oh, you just have a flu. You have COPD. You all these different components, and they started treating each one of them with different medications, different treatments. And the big thing is all of them were wrong. Finally, somebody sent her to the right test for the right evaluation, and we found out it was a mass. It was a mass in the middle of her chest. At first, we weren't sure where exactly it was. It just kind of was around a specific area. They weren't exactly sure how far spreading it was, or whether it was cancerous, and whether that was just had gone throughout her body, or what was going on. We spent several days in hospitals, several days just running around with doctors and tests. Matter of fact, it was a week sitting in a hospital bed with really nothing happening, just waiting for doctors to decide what's next and waiting for people to show up that would actually know what they're doing, know what was of importance. All so often you've got to take charge of your life, and we acquiesce. We tend to give up our control to others. And what I will tell you is hold on to control of your life. And when we were dealing with all the medical professionals and all the people around us in multiple different states at this point, we realized that it was our life and my wife's life that was at stake, and we had more at stake than they did, and it showed. Not that they didn't care, not that they weren't doing their best. However, when it's your life, you are the one who's going to benefit or get hurt the most by all the decisions that are going on, by all the process. And so never give up your control over your life. Just keep moving forward, knowing that you know what's right for you and you can keep creating that opportunity. Doesn't mean not to listen to them. Doesn't mean not to bring in the resources. Only really listen to your gut and move forward with gusto, doing what you believe is right for you. No one else knows better. So we ended up bringing in this information and maneuvering around this massive information from 100 different places, and finally decided on certain doctors, certain places that we were going to listen to, people that responded to us in certain ways that we really appreciated and liked, and found the answers. And as you might have read the story, hey guys, really appreciate your support in this day and age and what's been going on with our lives. So thank you everyone for showing up here. And what happened with my wife is we found that it was a tumor, and it was in her pulmonary artery. And what the craziness is that the reason why everyone was so thrown off by this is that just having it in the pulmonary artery, having the tumor only there and no place else, is about as rare as you get. There's been documented somewhere around 300 cases worldwide of this particular type of cancer. That's it. 300 cases wide. Leave it to Deborah to be in the 1% club, if you know what I mean. It's just a miracle. So we found it, and that was really throwing everyone off, is that it was only there, and that didn't make any sense. And most people had never dealt with a case like this. So we found the right people, found the right surgeons, and then took massive action. We moved Deborah. She is now in Pennsylvania at the University of Penn versus up here in Connecticut where we live, because that's where the specialists were. That's where the people that knew what they were doing was. And so we went to them and we ran to their side. And she was able to have the surgery, remove the tumor, and miracle upon miracles. Not only is she been just, the surgery went as best as it could ever possibly be. I swear the surgeon was almost giddy when he spoke to us right after the operation. He couldn't believe his success with it. He couldn't believe the luck that we had experienced, or the blessing that we had experienced in those moments. And everything went right. Everything went smooth. And miracle upon miracle, she is healing faster than anyone ever expected. She got out of ICU within 24 hours, is resting comfortably in the hospital room. They're about to release her. She just she's ready to go now. She's done. She's all ready to start healing and healing well. It's going to be a little bit of a while resting up. Only she is a powerhouse. Now, all this happened, and then I got out of the hospital and got, after kind of putting my head down, taking care of my family and taking care of all that we were experiencing personally, only to wake up in a world that had gone nuts. The coronavirus took over while we were in the hospital, and kind of unbeknownst to us, while we were taking care of our personal challenge, the world went crazy and all this stuff's going on. I've been doing some massive research on what's happening and what's been going on, and as I'm sure a lot of you are doing in researching and getting clear with this. What I will tell you is that this is serious. And I'd be the first one to tell you, screw it. It's all a bunch of media hype. It's not. I've talked to some really high-level professionals, people that are hands-on, on the ground, in the hospitals, dealing with this, the cases as they're coming in. There's some serious stuff going on. Is the chance of you getting hurt by this physically really great? No. Most cases, you're going to get it. It's going to be the flu. You're going to get over it. It's done. If you're at risk, if you have lung challenges, heart challenges, any sort of breathing challenges, you're at risk. And so you must be ultra conservative in everything that you do. I know my family right now kind of in lockdown, especially with what's going on with my wife. And so we are being ultra conservative, taking care of making sure that we don't bring it into our household, because it could very easily injure my wife and injure Deborah really badly if she gets it. So we're being really diligent in what we're doing. And what does that mean? It means washing everything. Don't go out during the next few days, next few weeks, they're advising, and it may even be the next month. Don't go out. Just stay home. Do what you got to do, and be careful. Wash your hands and don't touch your face. Those are the basics. We're doing the same thing. So we had an event coming up in New Jersey. We've canceled that event. I had several other speaking gigs that are for the next couple weeks. We've canceled all those. We pretty much have cleared our calendar for the next 6 weeks. And that's what we're doing. And listen, and I will tell you, a little bit younger and than the average age that this is hurting, and I didn't have my children to make sure that I'm there for them, and have all of you to make sure that I'm there for you. I would have taken a little more risks in this day and age. I wouldn't think twice about going out, because getting the flu would have not been as big a deal. Only with everything that I have going on, it's a huge deal. And so for all of you, you've got to decide how you're going to handle this, how you're going to face it. However, here's the thing. I want to talk to you about how to really face it up here and how to face it in your world, because, man, in this time, you've got to be diligent. You've got to be diligent in how you're facing things. Cut down, and I would encourage all of you, cut down on your social media intake right now. Cut down on listening to all the stories, because it once you know what to do and you're in lockdown and you're washing your hands and you're doing all that you're supposed to do, the rest is just this process that won't serve you. And that's the same thing that I've talked to years about listening to the news, about how you bring in that information, because negative energy will beget negative energy. You bring it in and all you're going to be thinking is negative, and it's not going to bring you to a positive result. So listen to it with caution. Be aware. Things are happening. This is what you're going to do. And then get focused in on what's really going to serve you, what's going to serve your life. In this day and age, the number one technique for survival is going to be flexibility. Going to be change, going to be the ability to adjust everything that you're doing now to the new world and to the new circumstances. Over the last month, I've been adjusting every single day to what's been going on with my wife and what's been going on with her illness and where we're living and what we're doing and how we're approaching things. Every single day, that adjustment served us to create success. For all of you, be ready to adjust. What's been going on now is absolutely crazy. It's things that we couldn't have predicted. Does that mean you change everything? Does that mean you change your whole life? No. Let's get focused in on not changing what goals are. Now we need to be flexible in adjusting how we're getting to our goals, how we're going to reach them. The goals, keep the goals. Keep them the way they are. Get focused on what they are all about. Your commitment level, double down on your commitment level to make them happen. And then get focused on, okay, when your goal is X, whatever that is, whether it was a financial goal, whether it was a connectivity goal, whether it was building up your business in one way or the other, or building up your life, even a health goal, whatever the case may be, double down on that goal. Double down on your commitment that you're going to make it happen. And then spend the focused energy. Focus your mind and your body, your soul, on what are the different ways that I can create that goal? What are the ways in which I could adjust my business or my life to still meet my goals and create success in my life? You see, the world, I guarantee you, is not coming to an end. I guarantee you this too will pass. It is the ones that keep their head about them, the ones that stay positive, the ones that adjust their plans and implement them now, are the ones that are going to come out with huge success on the other side. Going to come out the big winners. Going to come out the people that are leading the bandwagon, that everyone's cheering for. Because you're the ones that'll be the leaders, not the followers. You're the ones that will have already picked your head up and done what needed to be done. I remember back in 2008. 2008, I was in the real estate game, and in 2008, man, people were losing their stuff. It was the devastation of the market. It was devastation in real estate. Everything started plummeting, and people weren't ready for it. And so many people took that devastation, they covered themselves up with a blanket, and they hid for the next 10 years. And I'm not joking. You've heard some of my stories on people that I've met over the last 10 years. They hid. They saw all the losses that were going on in their life, and they just hid. They got depressed. They got angry. They attacked everyone around them, and they buckled themselves up, and they hibernated for the winter. And their winter lasted for years and years and years. I will tell you, those are the people that got hurt the most, not because of what happened, but because of their reaction to what happened. During 2008, I lost millions of dollars. I lost real estate. I lost. And yet, somehow, some way, I kept my head about me, kept positive, realized that the game was changing and I had to change with the game. I had to adjust. I had to maneuver what I was doing to keep moving forward, to keep creating that success. And so I did, and I adjusted and changed and created new energies, created new income streams, all while other ones were dying off. This is the new 2008. This is the time in 2020 to adjust, to change. A couple months ago, and it was only a couple months ago, we were all like, yes, 2020, this is the year. What I want to tell you is this can still be your year. This is the year of hope. Because when you can make it through the challenging times that we're in right now, you can make it anytime, anywhere. This is the time to prove what you're made of, to prove your character, to prove how you can stand up to the challenges of life and be resilient, be resistant, to fight it with every ounce of commitment inside of you, and to hold on to the mindset that this too will pass. And you're going to come out of this a winner. You're going to come out of this with success. Let's stay positive. Let's be the leaders for our communities. Let's be the leader in this community in helping people stand up and be strong in everything that they're doing. We can not only survive, we can thrive during this time. Let's prove that to ourselves, to each other. We're here as a community and we're here to support. I am. I'm going to be creating, and now that kind of been able to take care of my wife and make sure that she is in greatness area and on her way to recovery. Now I'm focused in on what are we going to do? What are we going to do as a community? And I know I'm in the midst of creating some plans, and over the next couple days, over the next week, we're going to be laying some things out to really support and help everyone in these times and really create a whole new movement and motion. Because I know we're going to come out of this just huge winners. We're all going to be able to succeed. Let's find ways. We're here to support you. Absolutely participate more and more and more in the Facebook group. I know I will be as well, making sure that everyone's supported. One of the things that I know is that entrepreneurs are isolated enough. As entrepreneurs, solopreneurs especially, we're sitting at home, we're hanging out, we're doing our work. However, it can get really lonely. One of the things that I know is the more that we can connect, the more that we can connect with other positive-minded people, the better off we're going to be and the more we're going to be able to create. And so that's one of my goals for all of you, is to be that space for you to reach out and connect. So absolutely, let's build up our connectivity. Let's build up our communication online, because now we're all virtual over the next couple weeks at the very least. Let's take advantage of that time and really connect and really be there for each other. It's one of the adjustments and changes to make sure of for all of you. And for any of you, you need any help, you need any support, reach out to me. You know how to reach me in 100 different ways. Reach out to me. I'm here to support you, because this community has been so great for me, so great to me. And it's a community that is only just beginning. We can make it so great and so powerful. So let's do so. Let's make this time stronger and make us stronger through it. Let's make sure that this is a time when we adjust and change. The number one technique, just be ready to adjust multiple things in your life, multiple things in your world. Be ready to move at a moment's notice, because that's where the winners are going to be. That's what they're going to be doing. I'm here to support all those moves. You have any questions about the moves that you're making, reach out to me. Let's make all this powerful. This is a time for community and support. Even though they're saying isolationists, it has nothing to do with how we connect. We can still be connected regardless of where we are physically. Let's make this a real connection for all of us. I love all of you. I'm so grateful of the support that you've given me, and doubling down on my support for each one of you. This is the beginning of a new era. This is 2020. We started it with a bang. Let's keep on moving forward and say, yes, we can create so much more moving forward together than we ever did alone. Absolutely make sure that you stay together in this time of isolation and quarantine and all that craziness. We're here for each other. We're here for you. This is Paul Finck. This is the Maverick community. I love all of you. Let's make all this powerful and happen. Look forward to connecting all of you more and more over the next few days, over the next weeks, and continue to build our love and affection and support. Talk to you all real soon. Be safe.